We don't have audio. Yeah, can these microphones work? We'll do it from here. Is this on? No, we don't have this on either. Hello? Are we getting any audio through? Good evening. Thank you for those that have come to the CHOGM briefing today. Shortly, I'm just going to introduce the Honourable Curtis King, who has been co-chairing the Small States Ministerial meeting today. He's a minister from St Vincent and the Grenadines. He'll just speak to you briefly on some of the outcomes from the meeting today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Our meeting today was of great interest to small states. During this meeting, ministers recognized the persistent vulnerabilities of small states. In particular, the meeting highlighted the proneness to environmental, health, and economic shocks, as highlighted in the Commonwealth 2021 Small States Review and Basic Statistics Report. Ministers especially noted the grave concern of the adverse impact of COVID-19, which, as you have heard repeated in the media, leveled small islands and small states' economies due to their dependence on tourism and also due to their limited fiscal space and, if you like, high openness to trade. Ministers in the meeting also discussed solutions to address the emerging challenges facing small states, including economic vulnerability, climate change, and limited access to development finance. Critically, as ministers, we endorsed the development of the United Nations Commonwealth Advocacy Strategy for Small States. And this is a strategy that seeks to mobilize global efforts in addressing the pressing issues confronting small states through joint actions and commitment by friends of small states, all in the interest of attaining sustainable development. The ministers also welcome, very importantly, the official announcement of the Commonwealth Small States Advocacy Champions, who had been nominated by several countries: the Seychelles, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Botswana, Guyana, the Maldives, Trinidad and Tobago, the Kingdom of Eswatini, the United Kingdom, Canada, and New Zealand. And the function of these advocates will be to galvanize support for the efforts of the Commonwealth in mobilizing support on the respective issues within small states. On the issue of vulnerability and concessional financing criteria, ministers welcomed the development of the Commonwealth Universal Vulnerability Index, which was produced in 2021, and further, the latest Commonwealth initiative, which is called the GDP Plus. And here the intention is for there to be a more inclusive I'll take that again. Yes, the intention is for there to be a more inclusive vulnerability measure or index, if you like, so that we would not have the heavy reliance on the present formula, which basically say to small states that their ability to access concessionary financing is dependent on their GDP situation. What the meeting felt that was too limited, and hence the need for a more inclusive measure that would take into consideration vulnerabilities as well as the resilience factor. In other words, where countries are putting in finances to generate resilience, all those factors must be taken into consideration when determining the availability of concessionary financing for small states. Ministers also discussed measures to strengthen the capacity of small states, as well as forging collaborative partnership between small states, the international community, and other relevant stakeholders. Accordingly, the ministers noted the development of the Commonwealth Virtual Center for Small States. And this is a tailor-made platform meant to provide seamless connection among Commonwealth small states, and more particularly among the small states offices in New York and Geneva and the Commonwealth Secretariat. Also coming out of this meeting was a statement by the government of Tuvalu on the need to preserve statehood and maritime boundaries, amidst the threat of climate change, and the declaration on preserving maritime zones in the face of climate change, and of course related sea level rise. Importantly, the meeting decided or agreed that the next meeting will be co-chaired, the next meeting of Commonwealth the next meeting of the Commonwealth Ministerial, I'm mixing it up here. The next meeting of the, yes, the next meeting of the Commonwealth Ministerial, let me change, I'm mixing it up. The next session, or put this way, the next Commonwealth Ministerial meeting on small states will be hosted by the governments of, forgive me, I'm probably tired. Yes. Yes, so the next meeting of the Commonwealth Ministerial meeting on small states will take place at the next Commonwealth of Heads of Government meeting, which will be held in Samoa, and naturally Samoa will co-host, and the Kingdom of Eswatini will also co-host that meeting. Yes, and basically.
Unless there's any questions, I think, are there any questions? Thank you very much for coming to the briefing, and we'll speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Oh gosh, man.